One of the cool things that has happened because I worked at SeaWorld for so long is that you start to recognize and, in some cases, befriend some of the people who come to visit us. Um, when I was in food service, there used to be this older gentleman who would come and watch the rafts um, go through the waterfall. He would stand there for maybe about half an hour, and he would do this a couple of times a week. And I would know that it was close to the right opening, and I would look over, and there he was. And then he'd, be gone and be back next day. Same deal. There are people who used to do the Terrific Tuesdays who still do their laps around the park, and every once in a while, we'll have a brief chat about their day or how things are going. Um, and then, of course, apparently there was a this crazy family that used to stalk the cirque performers, but I was not so lucky to ever run into them. But the one person that I think we all think about who comes to the park every day would be Jim. Some people kind of knew him as the Mimic. I affectionately called him Jim the Crazy Path Holder. Uh, but it was very sad news when we found out the other day that Jim had passed away, which is crazy because I just talked to him on a Monday or Tuesday. I was leaving pets, and Jim was walking towards Wild Arctic as he would normally do to go check out the polar bears, and we chatted a little bit about things coming up in the department and Blue Horizons and all kinds of fun stuff, and just one of those crazy things that well, we'll see you around. Thinking, well, next time I work a weekend, I know if I go to Shamu, I'm going to see Jim there, or if I go to the Shamu back area gate, well, Jim will probably be there talking to a security guard. And it's one of those crazy things that it's just a fixture, and then uh, gone very, very suddenly. When I first saw Jim, I think as all of us probably did, you think, well, does he work here? Because for those of you who didn't know, Jim, he used to wear a blue SeaWorld cap and a white SeaWorld polo shirt. So, from the waist up, oh, looks like a SeaWorld employee. Then you got down to the shorts. And you think, well, those aren't standard issue shorts there. Those teeny little blue shorts, I don't think they want employees wearing that. But it'd be amusing that if Jim and I were talking on a pathway, a guest would sometimes come up and ask me a question, because I have the name tag, I'm on the payroll, and I would start to answer, and then Jim would finish my answer for me, and again thinking, I'm the one getting paid here, pal, but he knew just as much about the park as I did, and certainly he could answer anyone's questions about the killer whales. And I know some people kind of had issues with that he was kind of upfront and out there. And there used to be a VP in ops who appreciated Jim's input and looked at him as another set of eyes, which I don't know if that went to Jim's head or not, but there you go. There was someone who was very proud of the park, as I think a lot of us are. I think there was a while there where Jim was banned from the park for a little while, and then there was a point in time, I think, where they asked him to really stop coming. And I don't know if this story is true or not, but his response was that he didn't like being away from the whales for too long because he would get diarrhea. Which, again, I don't know if that's true or not. That may just be one of those crazy stories that's out there. But I have the exact same feeling when I'm away from Disneyland for too long. I get diarrhea, and I have to get back there. But in any event, we'll miss Jim tremendously. It's just going to be kind of crazy to walk by the glass blower and not see him there talking to the glass blower lady, or certainly see him at Shamu. So wherever Jim is, I certainly hope that he is in the Platinum Passport member section of heaven, right there in the front row, watching a really good killer whale show. And knowing Jim, he's probably asleep. So, Jim, thank you for all the memories, and we'll see you someday.